find the thief. Tell somebody, find the thief. That person didn't hear you at all. Tell the person, find the thief. Say it one more time. Find the thief. You have been expecting so much from God, but you are seeing so little, not because God has not been releasing it, but the thief has been stealing it. You prayed for a husband, you prayed for a wife, you prayed for a new car. The angel of God came with the car, they came with the husband, they came with the wife, they came with the child, but you could not get what they brought because the thief stole it. Some of us have come to a point where we are beginning to ask God question. Does it mean God does not answer prayer? Does it mean that service to God is in vain? God said, I'll be releasing it. I am surprised you have not been seeing it, because the thief has been stealing it. This morning we will find the thief. I say we will find the thief. Whatever the thief stole from you, if the thief stole your wife, we will find the thief. If the thief stole your child, we will find the thief. If the thief stole your baby, we will find the thief. If the thief stole your money, we will find the thief. And when we find the thief, he will pay back what he stole. When we find the thief, he will bring back what he collected. When we find the thief, he will return back your testimony. When we find the thief, he will bring back your inheritance. When we find the thief, he will bring back your glory. When we find the thief, he will bring back your dignity. Somebody shall find the thief. You are more than this level. You are more than this level. Can I give you one advice? Can I give you one advice? Do not measure your success by the failures of others. Can I explain that? Thank God I have a cow. At least there are people that are trekking. Don't measure your success by the failures of others. Oh, thank God I have a building. Oh, there are people that are tenants. What about those who have 20 buildings? The advice is this: don't measure your success by the failures of others or by the success of others, so you don't become competitive. Measure it by the potentials you carry. If you measure it by the failures of others, you look down on your destiny. If you measure it with the success of others, you become competitive. But you measure it with the potential. Check yourself. You have bought a car. Is that all you can do? Look inside yourself. Is there still something inside you? You have built a house. Is that all you can do? You have gotten first degree. Is that all you can do? Is there something inside you still pressing for more? Is there something inside you still pressing for more? I am not looking for 50,000 members. I'm not looking for 100,000 members. I am targeting 1 million members at one sitting. There is a potential inside of you. There is a greatness inside of you. There is success inside of you. That is why you must enter into environments that will challenge you. One day I was going to London, and I'm a workaholic. I can't sit down like that. I'm not going to just sitting down and just looking. It's not my makeup. I like to do something. There are some times when you're traveling, and the aeroplane is not like the car where you can come down, you rest, you just you land, you are going where you're going. And at that time where you are flying, you start reading even what you are not supposed to read. If you have flown the airplane, you read the airplane directory. How many of you understand what I'm saying? You read everything. You are reading everything. So I was in the plane. I read my Bible. I read some of my books. So I saw one magazine, and I was reading it. I saw something interesting. They said Tesco is a company. He said they are about to manufacture onions. On a normal day, what's my business with onions? I'm not a woman. I will just flip through the pages. But somebody said I should read it. He said they're about to manufacture onions, the kind of onions that will not sting your eyes. You know, onions is a product that when women know when you are cooking, when you slice onions, tears. As a matter of fact, if onions does not bring tears to us, it's not onions. Am I saying the truth? If you are slicing onions and your eyes are closed and you don't cry, not be onions you carry. So that's been my mentality. But they said, Tesco said, they're about to bring onions that does not sting the eyes. I said, no, that's not onions. I said, these Oyibo people, they would have extracted all the components that will bring. No. I now read further. I saw something. They said the reason why the onions won't sting is because it is grown and planted in a sulfur-free environment. That what makes onions sting is that it's planted in a sulfur-filled environment. So onions does not sting because it is supposed to sting. Onions sting because of the sulfur inside the onions. I say, yeah. So you are not suffering because you are supposed to suffer. You are suffering because you are in the wrong environment. Hey, when I saw that, I say, hey. So that means that onions is not naturally meant to sting. But today all of us know that onions sting. So the environment is the problem. Your environment. It determines where if you move with speed, you know, in the airport there's what they call escalator. That's the lift that goes up. But there is one that's on the ground. It moves fast. They call it travelator. Huh? You know the travelator? It's in the airport. Sometimes I'm a young man, so sometimes I play games. When I'm sitting there waiting for my flight, it's not coming. I just go and stand. I start observing the travelator. So there was a day I was coming. There was it happens when you come down from the plane. I do it a lot. If there's somebody in front of me, I want to overtake you. Those little games. Somebody's in front of you, you want to walk fast so that the person will be behind you. By the time you conquer that one, if you see another person in front, you walk fast. So I do that a lot. So there was a man, I never knew it's like he also does that a lot too. So we now met ourselves. As I came there, he was moving fast and I was moving fast. He was moving fast, I was moving fast. But the guy was moving. That guy must have been a farmer. The way he was very tall. One step is like my 3. So I started doubling. I now saw a travelator. I said, good. The man was walking on the background. I was on the travelator. So I just stood and I increased my step. And the travelator aided me. So when we came out the other end, I was far in front of him. We are going again. I saw another travelator. Instead of him to learn lesson and join me, he was still walking on background. I left him behind. When we both got to the immigration, we looked at ourselves and we started laughing. What happened? What helped me? My environment. There are people who by natural life, they are supposed to struggle till they die. But they can enter a ministry of speed and their life double. Hey, if you are ready to fly, welcome to this service. If you are ready to overtake, welcome to this service. If you are ready to move above your equal, welcome to this service. In Omega Fire Ministry, we do not walk, we do not run, we fly, we fly, we fly. Lift your voice and shout hallelujah. Take yourself. The Bible says man should not despise a thief. No thief should be ignored. It's an error to trivialize, let's say, stealing or thievery. Men do not to despise what they stole from you is to despise your life. Men do not despise a thief when he's caught. But can I shock you? The Bible did not say people do not despise a thief. It said men. Who are men in scriptures? They matured. You cannot be a child and recover your goods. In the place of recovery, Maturity is a major prerequisite. Men do not despise, not people, not children. They are too babyish. That's the problem you have. I stand on this altar to say this. Till I grew up, until I became a preacher, I never met any man of God to pray for me for a problem. Till I became a preacher. Hey sir, there's something that I never did that. I never met any pastor for counseling. I grew up in the house of the Archbishop. The only time I saw the Archbishop was when I went to give him a book. People say they are going for counseling. I say, for what? So that we'll know. I say, don't you have a Bible? But today after service, you see people, they will queue up around men of God. Check those people. They always move from church to church. I never did it. I never asked anybody in church to give me money to assist me. I never did it. I grew up through the rigors, the pains of Christian growth. That is why today I don't depend on people for assistance. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Many times, some top men have passed through this road and they passed through, and some of them will see, they would stop over. One man, a big man in government, stopped over. He was passing through, he just stopped, he came down and looked, and he sent me a text. Is this a federal government project? He said, because this is, I said, there is no politician on earth, no businessman on earth that has given me money for the project here. In this world, none. I say it on the altar. I was talking to one yesterday, and I said to him, he said, so person is coming. I said, he shouldn't come. He said, why are you? I said, because I don't need them. I have located my place in the word of God. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest. If I can sow seed, God knows how to bring my supply. Today, people pray one thing, sir, there are certain things. I finished preaching here, and some of my sons and daughters will send me messages. Say, Papa, they will even expand on my message. Papa, see this. Now it's clearer to me. That is a person that wants to grow. I stand on this altar, I rebuke sickness, rebuke disease. I now get outside, you now stand again, say, I'm sick. What have I been rebuking for the past 1 hour? And sometimes you see me walk away from people, it's not because I'm wicked. I want you to grow. It's to grow. Grow up! When people grow, it's encouraging to the parents. Am I talking to somebody? There were times I talk to my children like children, but now I talk to them like friends. Because there are questions they will ask me, I will look at them. There are things they will tell me, I'll look at them. I say, hey, I'll tell my wife, say, we don't have children in this house again. No. Everybody has grown. Am I communicating now? Little things shake you. Little thing. Until you get what you want, don't want what you get. You give up too easily. We were in the crusade, was it yesterday? We were in the rain. That was how I grew up. Me, leave rain because of program. Let thunder blast. Let lightning fall. It is the rain that will leave me, not me leave rain. People send me messages all over the world. They say, we saw pictures of you drenched in rain. You mean you can? I said, what are you talking about? What's that? Is that, say, now we know you love God. I say, for rain? Love God for rain? My friend, say something more important. We grew up, that's how we grew up. We don't give up. You see believers who come on, they're covering here. Grow up! Tell somebody, grow up. You are in a relationship that a young man walked out of your life. Don't cry. Let him go. Let him go. Grow up. You are a pastor, certain people who are helpers, all of a sudden say they are not helping you. Let them go. Grow up. There are things I don't pray about because they are too irrelevant to enter my prayer. They are too irrelevant. Ordained ministers are here. We have ordained ministers. Okay, let me forget about pastors. If I talk about pastors now, you will say my pastors are not here. Have I ever had a meeting with all of you or the ministers and we are discussing how to raise money? Have I ever say this project, or I say all of you, let's tax ourselves for this project? Never. I've never had a pastor's meeting. Some of our senior pastors are here and we are discussing, we have a budget this year. How do we meet a budget? Never. In 12 years of ministry, never. Yet we do things running to hundreds of millions. Why? Because somebody has grown, knows how to depend on God. Please, one of the signs of maturity is dependence on God. You depend on God, not man. You build your life around men. Can I shock you? How many of you know that if you sit down sometime at the end of the month, you have spent more than your salary? You have spent more than your salary. True? What does that tell you? Your salary is not your sustenance. It's only a reward for your time. Tell your neighbor, your salary is not your sustenance. It's only a reward for your time. How many people are ready to catch the thief? Allah baragada. Are you ready? Are you ready? When you see a man who had no job, less than 3 months, he has 3 cars, he has a job, he has a cook, he has a gardener, he has a driver. What has happened? The thief has been found. You see a woman who had no child for 5 years, 6 years, all of a sudden less than 3 years, she has offloaded 3 children. What happened overnight? The thief has been found. When you see a girl, no man approaches her for marriage, all of a sudden she has become a traffic that causes commotion. Men are lining up. If she turn here proposal, turn here proposal, turn here proposal, what has happened? The thief has been found. You see somebody all the while in ND1 first semester, the GP was less than 3 points. ND2 first ND1 second semester, the GP was less than 2 points. But in her HND or her ND final, her first semester, she's a 4-pointer. Her second semester, 4-pointer. What has happened to academic? The thief has been found. I prophesy as you hear the sound of my voice, wherever you are, wherever you come from, I shall find the thief and they shall recover your good. I will find the thief and they will bring back your blessing. You will find the thief and they will bring back your testimony. You will find the thief and will bring back your miracle. You don't serve a dead God, you serve a mighty God. He's the same yesterday, he's the same today, he's the same forever. When God says yes, no man can say no. When God lifts you up, no man can bring you down. God is on your side, power is on your side, glory is on your side, favor is on your side. Lift the one shot fire. Somebody shout yes. Yes. Somebody shout yes, 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 yes. Yes. Somebody shout fire. Your seat. Sit down. Hear me. Hear me. Hear what he said. He said, if the thief steal to satisfy his soul. You see what they do? You stole from somebody, meaning you have taken the person's satisfaction. You now use what you stole to satisfy. So the enemy's satisfaction is your dissatisfaction. He's told to satisfy his soul. He dissatisfies you to satisfy himself. You're not getting me. Somebody wants to make you cry, so he takes your laughter. Somebody wants you to remain single, so it takes your marriage. Somebody takes the dance from your feet. Talama shandaba. Kiloroso kotobaha. What has taken your satisfaction? It says it very clearly that we should have life and have it more abundantly. Your marriage should be abundant. Your prosperity abundant. Am I talking to somebody? You should come to school, and throughout your 13 weeks in campus, you should not have headache, not to talk of fever. You should get divine immunity. Am I talking to somebody here? Watch this again. Watch what I get there. He said, men do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his soul. That also picks a revelation. If he steals to satisfy his soul. In other words, if he stole for a good reason. Do you get that? Meaning there is nothing, no reason is good enough to justify a stolen destiny. Even if a child if there's a baby witch, the baby witch deserves to die. Na small pikin, no. Once you become a witch, your age is immaterial. If you refuse to unwitch, or you refuse to bewitch, when you have too much worms in your body, what do? You deworm. So if you have too much witchcraft, you bewitch. So when you refuse to bewitch, you should be slaughtered. That's why I like the mentality when the Old Testament, when the man goes into error, they bring his wife, stone them. There were some people that specialized in throwing stones. The Bible said they stoned him and they buried him with stones. Do you know what it means to bury somebody with stone? You must be a strategic stone thrower. To throw stones, not that they gathered the stone, no. The stone now formed the heap. They were throwing the stones till the stone built up a grave. There is no, if you live with your mother, she has no justification to hold your womb. Your father has no justification to say you should not marry. That's the truth, though. There are many fathers who act like they want to marry their daughters. One tribe come from Igbo. No. You're not going to marry Nna. You're not going to marry Nna. You're not going to marry Nna. Another one come from Yoruba. No. You're not going to marry Nigbati. They are so selective. And if they tell you their village, you'll be surprised. Very local, primitive village. Primitive village. The only criteria or the only check you put on a child of yours is the partner born again? What is the background like? I don't care if my daughters fall in love with a poor. No, let me check the background. Are they God-fearing? The young man come from a God-fearing background. If he has nothing, I will raise him up. Raise him up, make him fit to the level I can present him to my friends. I've started already. I have my kids have friends, and I don't care the status of the parents. So long the parents are Christians. Your father is a Christian. Yes, sir. You see this one. Yes, go to church in this department. I say, okay. I don't care any other status. Your children are married. That's why you're policing their marriage. There are many bad in-laws, bad father-in-laws, bad mother-in-laws. If you're a bad mother-in-law, don't let them pray you to become an outlaw. Number one, when you find the thief, what do you collect? Are you ready now? Some of you this morning we are going to your village. Oh. Ask your neighbor, do you have thief? Number one, when you find the thief, what do you collect? The fruits of your labor. Fruits of your labor. Fruit of your labor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's an error for you to labor and not see result. An error to struggle with a man. When it's time for you to enjoy the man, he kick you out. It's an error. To raise up a child, when it's time for the child to begin to feed you as a mother or a father, the devil put the child in problem, or the devil make the child iyakama soda. Is an error. That is the fruit of your labor. It's an error to enter into a company and you walk and walk when it is time for you to enjoy. The devil manipulates you and they sack you. It's an error for you to spend 4 years in a school and at the end they say there is no result. It's an error to write an exam and they say they cannot see your script, or they say they can't find your file. You will eat the fruit of your labor. It's an error for you as a man. You are 55, there is no building, no house, nothing tangible to your name. It's an error for you as a preacher to labor and labor and there is no dividend. It is an error for you as a human being. You are up to a reasonable age and there's nothing to show. I've said this before, that if you're a man and you're up to 40 and you've not entered the plane once, you need deliverance. I want you to be angry. I'm saying this to generate anger in your system. Now some of you need to just go to Benin after now, fly to Lagos and fly back. Break the yoke. Break the yoke. Break the yoke. When there are children who are less than 10, 12, they know everything inside the plane. I need to carry some pastors to just travel. You just go to Lagos or go to Ghana or go to South Africa and come back. Break the yoke. No, you must start. You begin to learn. Say, I have phobia for heights. I have phobia for heights. I don't like height. You can't afford ticket. There's nothing I don't like height. You can't afford ticket. You compare going to Lagos and you spend 5 hours on the road and you go by flight 35 minutes. What are you talking about? 35 minutes and your feet doesn't touch the ground, no stain on your shoes, seat belt, and there's plenty in the plane. Come on, what are you telling me? "35 minutes, 40 minutes. Life is beautiful." The fruit of labor. There's a point. How can you are a mechanic? You are a mechanic or hitting spanner. For the next 25 years, you are still hitting spanner. It's an error. You should grow to a point that boys are hitting spanner for you. Not you hit spanner. What is it? You have been a lecturer for 10, 15, 20 years. No major position. You have not been a HOD. You have not been an assistant. You have not been a dean. You continue from classroom to classroom to classroom. And somebody is a lecturer for just 7, 8 years. He becomes an assistant head of department. Or he becomes something is wrong somewhere. Wait. Look at this now. Look, no. If you know the vex, say me at the vex. Look. The inventor of Facebook is called Mike Zuckerberg. The guy is less than 35. He's richer than Nigeria. See the insult now. A small boy, richer than me, my wife, my children, the whole church here, the whole country. At the verse. The boy is just 35 or 34. Small boy, richer than the whole Nigeria put together. Steve Jobs is the founder of Apple. Many of you use Apple phone, Apple iPad, Apple this, Apple that. Steve Jobs is the founder. He's richer than Nigeria and Ghana and Cameroon joined together. One person. When you carry Nigeria, you jam with Cameroon, jam with Ghana. In fact, put half of Cote d'Ivoire. One man, one human being, and it's a human being, has hand, has leg, has head. At the verse. There's a man they call Bill Gates. He's richer than Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, and Togo put together. He has one head though. One head. At the verse. I must eat the fruit of my labor. How can you be a pastor after 10 years you are still hustling for members? After 10 years you are still struggling to be recognized? How can you be a businessman after 15 years you are still pursuing contracts? As a contractor for 15 years, contract should be looking for you because you are established at the verbs. I don't know who is that person here that is ready to eat the fruit of his labor. I don't know who is that person that is ready to eat the fruit of her labor. Enough is enough. I'm getting my destiny. Yeah. Take your seat. Take your seat. Take your seat. Pastor Greg, imagine the insult. Small boy, richer than me, my wife, my father. They join all of us. My mother, they join her and her whole generation. One small boy is richer than all of us together. And he's a human being, very small boy. I've never seen him on suit, t-shirt, simple cloth. When they are calling important issues, this presidency, they call them to talk. Just because he spoke for 2 minutes, it was on national news for talking. They asked him, who are you voting for? Because who he votes for determines who all his followers will follow. He said, I don't know, I'm still thinking. So they said people that determine the vote of America, they call his name, call some people's name, that determine. Less than 4 at the verse. I told you before, if you are a millionaire in Naira, you are not a millionaire. Get back and check Oxford Current Dictionary and check the definition of millionaire. It means one who has money or properties worth millions of dollars or pounds or more. Millions of dollars and pounds or more. No naira. Millions of dollars and pounds or more. We must equate your wealth to a generally worldwide acceptable legal tender, which is dollar and pound. So you have 50 million naira, you are not a millionaire. So you have a jeep, you are not a millionaire. You have built a story building, you are not a millionaire. Stop terrorizing your villagers because you are the only one that have a car. You are not a millionaire. I'm telling you how I equate. That's why when I pity people who are saying in Edo State, Omega, it's a big church. Edo, is that my dream? Nigeria is not my dream. Africa is not my dream. The world is my parish. I look around and I equate it with what's happening around the world. The fruit of, imagine, Isaiah 42. Isaiah 42. Read from verse 22. Let me show you something. Isaiah 42. He said, but this is a people robbed, spoiled. They are all hid in prison houses. They are snared in holes. They are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, none yet deliver. They are for a spoil, none yet restore. To watch the fruit of your labor being taken from you is to live a life of mediocrity. If you go back, you read Exodus chapter 12, you discover, don't open that, because I'll still make reference to it. Exodus chapter 12, you discover that the children of Israel were laboring under the Egyptians for 430 years. And what they were getting as reward was hard work, hard labor, bricks for mortar. Am I talking to somebody here? They were not eating the fruit of their labor. Imagine 430 years, they didn't repeat. It was another, their great grandchildren who now came to repeat. Some of you are hearing me. The suffer your grandfather suffered and did not enjoy. The suffering your great grandfather went through, your great grandmother went through, and they did not enjoy. You are the one to enjoy it. The labor they labor and they did not enjoy. You are the one to enjoy it. 430. Imagine. Sit down 1 minute. Sit down. Can I go on? Imagine if they calculate the salary of your great grandfather times 430 years. You know, just 35 years they pay you gratuity. How many 35 years are in 430? More than 10, more than 12. Am I correct? More than 12. 10, 350. You still have 80, another 2, 12 plus. So you are talking of 12 gratuities minus monthly salary. That kind of money is too heavy to come as naira. It has to come as converted dollars and several pounds. Hey, your father served God and died poor. Your great grandfather was a catechist in one Orthodox church, died stranded. The other one was a this, died poor. They have served God, and now you are a Christian, you are still struggling to serve God. If they convert all their labor, you are supposed to operate in all dimensions of prophetic, apostolic, evangelistic, and pastoral. My father was a soldier, later entered politics. My grandfather was a very heavy industrial farmer. Matana Patana. And my grandfather lived over 90. Patana. My maternal grandfather lived over 120 or so. Then if me, a child of God, they should convert their age together and jam me together. Jam my grandfather, jam my two grandfathers, jam my grandmother, jam everything. How can you labor? Are you afraid for me? You are doing something for 4 years, 5 years. Till now you are struggling to do it. 10 years, you are still struggling. Something is wrong now. How you write exam? They say they can't find your script. Where did the script go? They can't find your file. Where did the file go? You left your father's house, came to school, rented the house, labor, read through the night, put your leg inside water, put water inside your leg, drink Nescafe drank you, drank coffee drank you before exam. And after writing the exam, they said you had carryover. For what? For what? At the verse. I went to Lesotho to preach over the week. I landed that place. When we landed Lesotho, the weather in that place is your fingers, your legs. I was so happy that my media team didn't go with me, because I don't know what would have made them escape fever under that kind of atmosphere. Legs, hands, everything cooked. When I got there, I saw my past, all of them had choke. No choke. The one you put around your neck. I said, why not this guy has become Rastafarian? So Reverend John, Reverend Kislow, them will choke. That's what's the matter. I said, no, it's good, sir. I ministered, and I said to the Lord, I said, with all this kind of code, something must happen here. First service, jammed the lady from the wheelchair. Jammed her up. She started walking. I said, I can't fly all the way, blind eyes open. Eric was there. I said, I can't fly all the way down to this place. It will not be here that I came here. This way to say, because of cold, the man run. For what? We'll kill ourselves in this cold today. Before you know it, everybody was jumping. It's that cold. The last day of the program, preached my heart out. Went back. And I told my wife, I said, cold day. I said, but I preach. We preach the preach inside the cold. I belek the hour.
Am I talking to somebody here? What I'm talking about? How can you labor? People are struggling. You walk. Kanya. You win now. Because of you, they open winner streets. You win now. Even those who know winner streets do not winner like you. Kanya. Ime. You go farm. Ime. More than 40 years of ime.
In Proverbs 14, verse 23. Proverbs 14:23. He said, in all labor there is profit. In other words, as you labor, you are supposed to profit. In all labor there is profit. As you labor, you are supposed to profit. In Hebrews chapter 4 verse 11, he said, you labor to enter into his rest. Hebrews 4:11. Let us labor to enter into that rest. In other words, when you labor to a point, there is a time you should rest. When you labor to a point, there's a time you should relax. How can your father, he is 65 years old and he's a security man with a bank? How can your mother, she is almost 60 and she's still going to the shop? How can your grandmother, who is almost 70, she is a nanny somewhere, she is supposed to rest? How can you have done different exams, now no job, you are now pursuing certificate programs to boost your academic level, you are supposed to rest. In all labor,
number 2, tell somebody, find the thief. You are not okay. Let's close then. Say, find the thief. Number 2, your inheritance. When you find the thief, the second thing the thief must bring is your what? Your inheritance. Your inheritance. Your inheritance. Your inheritance. What is your inheritance? Your inheritance is your allocation that comes through redemption. Once you are born again, there are things you don't need to even suffer for. Jesus has suffered for it. You are supposed to enjoy it. But the thief keeps stealing it. Once you are born again, there are certain things that are yours by inheritance. Once you give your life to Christ, long life should not be an issue. Giving your life to Christ and burying your children is a thief that has stolen your inheritance. Giving your life to Christ and ending up in the hospital, your inheritance is your allocation by redemption. Your new status by salvation. I told you, I said, when your level change, your appetite change. The prodigal son, as soon as he came out of self-imposed exile, when he got back to the father's house, the father said, bring out fatted calf. He shouldn't eat pig's food. When Daniel was to stand before the king, the Bible said the king changed their diet. Let's forget about that. Let's go. If you remember the shark, the whale that swallowed Daniel. Look up everybody. Do you remember the whale that swallowed Daniel? That swallowed Jonah rather. As soon as the whale got the mandate to swallow Jonah, his appetite changed. He stopped eating fish, he began to swallow human beings. He said, Jonah! He opened his mouth. You don't go on errand that God send you. Me, anything God send me, I go. I don't swallow human beings. But since God has sent me, Jonah swallowed him up. Jesus died 33 and a half years. You know why? So that you will live long. He lived short so that you will live long. How can he die at 33 and a half and you die at 40? You die at 50? You die at 60? The Bible says, and the number of the years of a child shall be 100. I mean, if somebody dies at 100, we'll say, Kai, small picking. 100. Say, 100, small picking. That's what the Bible says. The number of the years of a child shall be 100. Now you see people, if they cross 70, we say they try. How can you print a poster of a man? You say, let Mr. Chukwudife Okafor Nana at the age of 45. 45 is not late. You should write early. Early Mr. Okafor. Somebody died at 50. Early Mrs. This, not late. How can somebody who died at 50 say it's late? It's early. It's not late. Am I communicating? Somebody died 55, say late. That's early. They should write early in front. Early. It's an insult to redemption. Can you imagine Jesus Christ having typhoid? Let's say Jesus Christ wanted to do appendix operation. Then sit down. They say, his appendix is normal. What is normal in a surgery? Say just appendix, and it's not a big deal. It's a normal thing. They'll just cut off. No knife has touched my body since I was born. No knife since I gave my life to Christ. No knife. Knife has worked for me, but not on my body. Knife. They have used knife to work for me. Pea yam, pea meat, pea. But my body, till Jesus come, no knife. By redemption, your children should be healthy. What is it? You are driving a car and more than 500 cars pass that road. Only your car picked the nail. The car passed there before you all know. The front tire picked me, back tire picked me, the front tire picked me. Waiting. It was not the nail, it was a thief that stole your tires. Unbelievers pass a road, tire didn't bust. As you pass, that's why exhaust pull, boom. It was not a mechanical problem, it was a thief-free agenda. Am I talking to you here? Protection should be yours by inheritance. I travel to America, I travel to London. Some people see me at the airport, say, "You Apostle Suleman." I say, "Che, you have mind though." I say, "Why?" I say, "We read about you on the internet. You are bold though." I say, "Bold doing what?" It's the kind of things we see you say. Am I communicating? Because I know, but I was preaching at the Azama. I was here on Friday. I said, Jesus is not a prophet. He's the Son of God. I don't know who can say that in this town and say it boldly. They don't stone you. I kept repeating. I wanted to sue with John May Pen. I was repeating it. John May Fin said a lie. We'll use both Holy Ghost and Manny Ghost to reply you. Both Holy Ghost and Manny Ghost. I was preaching in America one day. I said homosexuality is a sin. The pastor was saying, that's why I say police. Because it's legalized in America. Lesbianism, homosexuality is legalized. There is gay club. There is lesbian club. There are clubs for gay people. There are clubs for lesbian. It's legalized. And the pastor didn't know by doing this, he just made me talk more. I said, what? He said, don't say it. I started, lesbianism, homosexuality, lesbian. I said, God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. What makes you fearless? Your inheritance. God has not given us a spirit of fear, but he has given unto us a spirit of love and of power and of a sound mind. Am I talking to somebody here? You have a sound mind. It's your inheritance to live long. No devil. Luke chapter Galabashandaba. Let's first see Ecclesiastes 7:11. He said wisdom. He said a good name is better than 7 verse 11. Wisdom is good with an inheritance. If you say you are a wise man and you have no inheritance, you are a fool. Wisdom is good, but wisdom must be backed up by inheritance. Luke 15:12. The prodigal son, they call him prodigal son. He met his father. He said, give me the portion that falleth to me. Give me the portion. As soon as you got born again, your pocket got born again. When you got saved, your bank account got saved. Your salvation insures your children. Your salvation insures your properties. One of our brothers in this in OFM, not in this headquarter church, one of the branches, was living in 4 flats, and there was fire outbreak. You know 4 flats? Flat, 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 flat. That's 2 up, 2 down. And the other 3 flats got burnt. Only his flat was standing. They called police for him. They had to call police for him. Say he should tell us what he did. The man said, I don't understand. I was not around. What? Tell us, because only his flat was standing. The decked thing down. Every other property gone. And I said to him, it's your inheritance by covenant to be preserved. Am I communicating? I've told you, and the vehicle somersault, you will somerstand. So inheritance to be preserved. Am I communicating? One of our pastors in our Malaysia church, Pastor Henry, was a banker with the then Intercontinental. One time he had an accident with his wife. They were on a journey. The car tumbled severally into the bush. They found themselves outside the car with the key on the ignition and the doors locked. They saw themselves outside. They didn't pass through the door. They just saw them outside, and they were looking at the car tumbling. And the key was on the ignition. The doors were still locked, pinned down. The seat belt was still hooked. Not that they removed seat belt. The car, I wasn't told. I saw the car tumbled. They came out. It's your inheritance to disappear. When there is an emergency crisis where you need to vanish, you just vanish. Acts 26 verse 18. He said God has given, Acts 26:18, God has given inheritance among those that are sanctified. Psalm chapter 2 verse 8, ask of me the hidden for thy inheritance, and the uttermost part of the earth for thy possession. The hidden for thy inheritance. The uttermost part of you. What does that mean? You can stay in Nigeria now and say, Father, I claim my house in London. That's the uttermost part of the earth. Father, I thank you for my house in Spain, my house in Brussels, my house in Denmark, my house in Texas, my house in Columbus, my house in Panorama, my house in Denver, Colorado, my house in Philadelphia, my house in Minnesota, my house in China, my house in Brazil, in Rio de Janeiro, my house. Claim your house. My house on the island in Lekki, my house in VI. Claim houses in good areas. Good areas. Not Ajegule, not what about. Good areas. Sorry. If you live in those areas, sorry. Nah, joke, I did joke. Amen. Sorry. I know that's the only person people will pick. I'm making reference. Hey, look, claim houses in GROA. Claim houses in good areas. See a picture on the internet. Begin to prophesy. Say, this is my house. I claim this house. I possess it. Begin to sow seed towards that house. Don't go short. Don't go less. That house. Am I communicating? Am I communicating? That house. One day the Archbishop came to a place that was close to where we lived in Benin. I saw security. I saw everything. I saw the way he came. I saw everything. I told my friend, I said, I want to be this kind of pastor. When he came, you see, I saw they call them the Odionwe, the most senior man of the India came out. Welcome, welcome. I said, I want to be this kind of pastor. This type, I like this type. My friend said, shut up, who know you? Shut up, who know you? I said, this type of pastor. Say, shut up. Who know you? Dash smoking banana. It's okay, this type. One day, went to pray for a brother there. That same area. I forgot to. When I came down from the car, the most senior man in that area stood up to welcome me. The picture. I said, wait, there's something about this place. Hey. On the road, me, I kneel down. I say, Father, thank you. Dignity. Number 3. When you find the thief. Okay, are you getting something I should round up now? When you find the thief, the third thing the thief must bring is your honor. Somebody shout honor. Shout honor. Now let me tell you the reason I hate poverty. Only one reason. When I like prosperity, I like to be rich. Not because of cars or building. Because if you like cars, you like building, you are materialistic. The spirit of the end time has caught up with you. You like money, you are materialistic. If you want to be rich because of cars, money, properties, you are materialistic. And if you are not careful, you can miss heaven. The reason I like prosperity is because of the honor. Not the material things, the honor. The way they will greet a rich man, the honor. No landlord will knock on your door say pay rent. It's the honor I like. When you walk into a place and people know you are going to, sellers of goods know you are going to tip them, they will move you from the queue and attend to you first. But at first I'll come. Say, my friend, come here. Honor. I like that honor. When you enter a plane, there is the economy cabin, there's the business class cabin. The way they treat us in the business class. Maybe now film if I watch them. When you walk to the business class cabin, the economy cabin, you enter there. They don't ask you what you want. They give you general bekere. They just carry food general. Say take. They'll give you one solvent paper. When you enter to the business class cabin, they ask you, what do you want? What do you want? And the truth, if you're in the economy cabin, you want to go to the business class cabin, they will stop you. There's a curtain. It's like heaven and hell. There's a big curtain. There's a barricade. But can I shock you? Those in the first class can go to the economy. They won't stop them. But you cannot go to the business class. Except the man in the business class permits you. What do they want to you? Permits you to come. So people fly that business class because of two things. And you say, for what? An economy ticket can be 150,000 and a business class ticket 600. The same plane, no? I know some of you say, for what? I got somebody, something that you want 50. Somebody will not go and 600. So go and play something that you want 50 for what? Not be the same place they go. Not the same place they go. Not the same place they enter. You are poor. God will change your status. Say, the person when they front, he go first me rich. Not be the same time when they land. It's not the same. I had a man, this wife, they were arguing. The man says, it's good to fly business. The wife said, for what? Can't not be the same time, not be the same this. I will never fly business. I told you, man, they are members of OFM. I saw them at the airport. She said, I will never fly business. I said, in Jesus' name, I rebuke that statement. He said, Daddy, what? I said, you will fly. He said, that is the same thing. I said, see, it's not the same. Because the contact alone, you can sit down with one person that can change your life. He said, what do you do? He said, I'm so and so person. He said, okay, I have an oil company. I think we may need your service. This is my card. That alone, the contact, sometimes the comfort. You don't understand. Where did I can somebody enter plane? Not be Lagos here. Not be Lagos here. When I go enter bus, we reach already. I buy banana and granite.
Somebody say, Lord, give me honor.
One day my pastors were with me and the media, they were flying abroad. Somebody said to me, he said, Daddy, let them pass through road. Where did they go? Ghana. Was it Ghana? Early this year. Was it Ghana went to? Togo. They told them, they said, sir, if you to reach Togo, you pass by road. This is this. You get to the border under 6-7 hours. I said, put all of them on the plane. He said, sir, huh? I said, put all of them on the plane. No, it's Togo. Togo. I said, put all of them on the plane. We are over 20. I said, I'll put them on the plane. He said, sir, I said, see, these people are going to be playing keyboard. Some are going to be praying. Some are going to be leading praise. Some are going to be carrying camera. When they pass through that long journey, their productivity will be down. Leave church. Church has never paid. I'm the one paying. I will pay. Say, but sir, when we total the money, I say, is it your money? Let them fly. All of them flew and they landed. I saw them as they enter. So they take a picture. I was happy for them. I was happy for them. At least their friends will honor them. Is it true? Honor is good though. Having a rich son or a rich daughter is not so that I can be giving you money. Just the fact, do you know there is a child you will have, people go fear you. Let me give you a story. One boy, somebody beat up his sister. And the person was a prince, was the son of a king in the palace. He beat up his sister. And he was a pastor in Lagos, a young pastor in Lagos. They told him that the king's son beat up your sister. Your sister was bleeding from the nose, kick her, beat her, and her womb is affected. The guy got mad. He called one of his members who was a mopo. They gave him 2 mopo and he hired 3 jeep. Put 1 mopo in the front jeep, put 1 mopo in the other back jeep. He sat. And he told the drivers he hired, say, as soon as they enter the king's palace, they should turn around for like 6 times. The mopo should jump out and shoot to the air like 3 times. He paid. as soon as he got there, he just came at the mopo. The king in the palace under the chair, the wife under the chair. He entered the palace and said, Your Highness, come. My son, I was talking to your father. Let's look for how to settle this matter. I said, hey, come. Where's your son? The son was on the road running. In the evening, the son went to greet the girl in the hospital. Tell your brother, let's end this case now. He borrowed the jeep. But that consciousness that there was somebody, do you know, come, if you are married, do you know why your husband is beating you? You don't have brothers. See, you don't have male figures. When you have 5 cousins, they are boys. 7 nephews. Seven nephews. Just come out. Well, where is that your monkey husband? Okay, come here. Kneel down. And you know, men who are married to such families, they have big mouths. You can't do anything. He said, waiting. He said, waiting. Am I communicating here? Somebody say, I receive honor. Hey, shout it, I say, I receive honor. In the banking world, The manager can tell you, I have target. I have target. He doesn't have any target. The target has been shared for the marketers. It's when the marketers meet the target that he has met his own target. Guess what? He sits down under AC and he's calling them. Have you met your target? They are the ones who are going to meet the customers and going through the horrors. You will lose your job. Meet your target. Then he will tell you, I have target. It is the target of all the bankers he converted to be his target. But he's sitting under the, what is he enjoying? Honor. Honor is good though. To enter an AC car, AC house, AC room, AC this, AC office. It's good. I don't like air condition. In fact, I'm allergic to AC. I like hand fan. So this one, they are eating food, they are eating chicken, eating meat, eating goat meat, eating bush meat. I don't like it. Oh, I can eat without. A young boy was buying food. He said, Madam, give me 4 fufu. 4, wrap. The man said, okay, what meat do you want? Say, forget, just give me only fufu, without, empty. And somebody asked him, oh boy, why are you eating without? He said, you don't understand. The spirit is willing, but the pocket is weak. So everybody likes to enjoy. Do you know if you have not paid your fees in school and it's time for exam, you know the fear? But there is the honor you have when you have paid. If your name is called, you can even scream, say, for what? Do you know that kind of feeling? Say, for what? Say what? Oh, sorry. Say, please, I don't like it. I don't like it.
Hey, receive honor in Jesus' name.
Number 4, and then I'll pray. Number 4, I'll pray. Let me stop here. I have like 11, but I'll stop in 4. Are you ready? The 4th thing you will take when you find the thief is your evidence. Somebody shout evidence. Evidence is the fruit of prophecy. Evidence is the proof of aspiration. Evidence is the proof of expectation. When there is no evidence, your prophecy is a mockery. Joseph had a dream. What made his dream manifest? Evidence. There are so many of you, so many prophecies you are carrying proposals about, you are carrying pursuits about, carrying dreams about, that are not be fulfilled because the devil tempered with your evidence. Evidence. Answer to prayer. 21 days Daniel was praying, but there was a devil, a thief that stole the evidence to his answer. For 21 days, no answer. Many of you have done 40 days dry, 40 days with liquid. Some have done 21 days, 7 days, 3 days, and there is nothing to show. Evidence is the proof of fasting. Evidence is the proof of vigil. When somebody has done vigils and fasted, you should see evidence. How can you have a sickness? You fasted and prayed for 5 days and the sickness is still there. You were poor and financially stranded, and you did 21-day vigils and you are still stranded. There is a thief stealing your evidence. To break this ground of Auchi, when I came in, God spoke to me, said, go to Iyake, go to Igbe, go to Osogo quarters, go to down Waterboard, move down to the River Holly area, walk on the road and begin to pray. Down the extreme of Waterboard, go to Nikoho on foot. I was doing all this on foot. He said, go towards Jetu area, move down. I walk from here to Ayoguri. You know Ayoguri? On my leg, he said, move round, begin to possess the place, command the ground to open. I was doing all that. I was staying with a man who was living in Warake Road, and I did this thing for 40 days. When I was through, it was time to open the church. I went around AP filling station because God spoke to me. He said, that's a concentration of demonic powers. I went down to, when you are going towards Waterboard, that junction there, when they used to have a big tree. God said that's the center for witchcraft. I was on that spot for 1 hour. Any man of God who goes to places and don't know the location, after that prayer, the tree fell. Those who know history know what I'm talking about. The tree fell on its own. People were confessing. God, how can you be a pastor in a location and you have not opened, God has not opened your eye to know the strongholds in the location, and you want to take the city, witches are watching you, a city that has been with them for 100 years, 200 years, you want to just come and enter, church grow, miracles up. Locate the stronghold. When you locate the stronghold, you just be growing as if you are breaking melon. Am I communicating? When you go to Lagos, the major strongholds, very easy to know by their name. Okokomaiko. You hear areas. Ojuelegba. O Shodi. Surulere. Surulere means take it easy. What are you taking easy? Ajangbadi. Songwater. You hear their name. If you know what Songwater means, Songwater is got it from Shango. You have to sit down and understand locations. Evidence. See a girl so pretty, so beautiful. She has kept herself. She's not married. Once anybody is coming, something. Yeah. Stand up. I'll continue on Sunday. Stand up. Tell somebody, find the thief. Say, find the thief. Kalabrakata. We're about to pray. We'll pray on these 4 dimensions. The fruit of my labor. It's time for me to enjoy it. The fruit of my labor. It's time for me to enjoy it. In ministry, how many of you are pastors? Raise your hand. If you're a pastor, wave it. Whether in the crowd, anywhere, pastor, wave your hand. You're a pastor, whether from this ministry or another ministry, raise your hand. Put it down. How can somebody be a preacher? In many ministries, they even retire. They're retired preachers. And there's no landed property. No building. He said because he's working for God. I sincerely, respectably don't believe that. Samuel died and was buried in his own house. That's what the Bible said. Samuel was a landlord. Jesus was preaching and it was noise abroad that he was in the house. Not in a house. In the house. They took off the roof. If it was not his house, the landlord would have come after him. It was his house. If anyone wants to be great, let him be a servant. God called you to be great by making you a servant, to serve. That's why all my senior pastors are, I made sure I channeled them in such a way that they are wealthy. They are blessed. So that when their family sees them, their family will say, this apostle. When you follow, so thank God. And that's what's happening around. When they are flying abroad, you fly with us. They buy their ticket themselves, first class. Buy it with their money. When I sit, I'll turn, the next seat is my senior pastor. I make sure I program, I make sure they are blessed. When people bless them, I don't say bring it to me. I say carry it. When you started carrying your Bible after graduation, your parents thought you were a fool. I say carry it, so you prove to them that this ministry that you have followed. A Muslim gave his life to Christ and he was coming to Omega. The father called me and said he was beating his son for going to church, until he asked the son, which church do you go? The son said, Omega. You'd have told me. Be going there. It was the father who told me. He's a popular man. I laughed. I said, sir, why? He said, we see the way you are. God is using you to mold people's life. My son, draw near body now. Am I communicating? Fruit of labor. So you're a lecturer, 10 years, 15 years, no landed property. Say, you see, the reason I can't buy land is because I don't take blocking. Lecturers are well paid. You don't need blocking. And you can be so favored by God to see a cheap land. This is favor. Cheap land. You can even see an uncompleted building. Somebody is stranded and is selling it cheap. No, but that's what the Bible says now. He said the riches of the Gentiles are laid up for the righteous. Do you think if the Gentiles are still rich, the righteous can collect their wealth? The Gentiles have to buy it, become broke. Am I saying the truth? The Gentiles, they have to build a house for 10 million, become broke, and sell it for 50,000. That's the only way the righteous, because if you think righteous can spend money to collect what belongs to the Gentiles, righteous don't spend though. They are very stingy. Righteous, stingy. When he said the riches of the Gentiles laid up for the righteous, it means the Gentiles will have it become broke. He has a Bentley Jeep, or he has a Maybach Jeep, or he has the latest series of a Rover, and he says, I bought this car 30 million, but I don't know what's happening. If you have 2 million, collect. That's the riches of the Gentiles. Somebody built a house, he spent over 20 million. He say, come, anything you have, anything, just bring and take, anything. That's the riches of the Gentiles. The Gentiles have to be stranded. They'll be frustrated. They will sell. We will be blessed. We will buy. Nobody's following me. One of my sons in Lagos, somebody sold a filling station for him in Lekki for 1.5 million. Lekki, or not Okokoma. So when he called me, I said, oh boy, go and check that thing if it's true, because me, I don't check papers. I got to Lagos. I went there. I wasn't told. What was the man looking for? He was being chased. See, if he entered there, they go pursue. If he entered there, he go dream. But they dream workers, they pursue. So anybody that wants to buy. People were running. So this brother said, not be to pray for you. What do you say? I have this, I have that. He said, just bring 1.5, carry it. 6 pump. When I got there, I said, Papa, the second leg go. They say things that appear to people. I say, leave that side. The things that appear to people appear so that you can buy it. I said, now that you have entered, nothing can appear. Have I told you the story of somebody? Have I told you the story of somebody who sold 4 flats in Benin for 5,000? You remember the story? 4 flats in Benin, 5,000 naira. Why? At night, the landlord was hearing noise. It was like a military barrack. Once it's 11 o'clock, they'll be hearing So one tenant left, another left. I'm not saying $5,000. Oh, it was like, bring anything, just carry. The house was empty, grass was growing, weeds grow. They know they occupy this house. They say, I beg, come on hand, oh. Come on hand. People, they live inside now. Once it's 11 o'clock, one prayer band, one pastor sent a prayer band leader to go and pray. As soon as the guy entered there, when they opened the door, the light came on, the fan came on, the TV came on, the shower came on, everything at the same time. The guy turned at the door and took off. Got to his pastor, said, Daddy, this one, it is you that need to come. Now, a believer will buy that kind of thing and there will be no more oppression. Have you not seen land? People say they buy the land, people are dying, and they sell it cheap, and a Christian buy it. 1.5, I wasn't told. Lekki. 6 pump. Carry anointing oil. Pia. Let's see what want to appear here. Appear, let us see. Guys making money. Owner bought ticket, relocated. But God had to put somebody in problem so that somebody can buy it for a giveaway. There is spiritual bazaar going on. In America, some people from America here. There's what they call auction. People wait till time for auction. They don't buy things, so they'll wait deliberately when it's time for auction. In auction, you can get a car for $1,000. Car. How many of you live in the US? You live in the US. You have something to do with America. Raise hand now. Okay, you live in the US. Why you bring your hand down? This brother, you live in what state do you live in? Texas. They can bear witness. 1,000 Ibirao. You can get a car for 1,000. You can get a property, full house, 3,000. But what do you wait for? You wait for time of auction. If I enter a shop in the US, there are two. If it's a boutique, there are two pavements. There is one that says sold out. There are some the same material, but because it came in about 2-3 months ago, they sell it cheap. They'll say 40% off, 30% off. They will be stranded. You'll be buying. Six pump. Anybody here can tell you, anybody who has an inclination to gas station can tell you 1.5 cannot even buy a pump. Talk of a tank. Talk of 6 pumps. Are you ready? Lift up your right hand of fire. Please, this prayer, I want you to pray like somebody from another world. Say, my father, my father.
My father, my father.
As I pray, I find the thief.
I find the thief.
Restore the fruit of my labor.
Restore the